It kind of goes without saying, but a lot changes after a spinal injury, and getting back to work can seem an insurmountable hurdle.
If your work and passion is farming, it could be quite hard to do from a wheelchair.
Or maybe not. A combination of innovation, determination and a little help from ACC has meant Chris Lay is back on the land he loves just months after his accident.
He's got the ute and the personalised plates. It's just over a year since his accident and Chris Lay is in business.
Cows are in very good nick, really. They're always going to make noise and tell us that they're hungry.
Chris used to manage 600 cows in a dairy farm in the Wairarapa. These days his role is better described as management. He may not be out there getting his hands dirty, but he's still involved in the industry he loves.
Farming's been my life for ever since I went to varsity, so when I was 17. And that's all I've known and all I've learnt about and done. And basically I have no other real passion or direction I would go down.
Everyone thought Chris would have to give farming away after a car crash left him with a spinal injury. He fractured his 5th and 6th vertebrae in the accident, paralysing him from the chest down. Limited hand function means he can't actively farm, but Chris found a gap in the industry and his business was born.
Because of the tertiary education I had behind me, I sort of thought that, well, I'll use my brain more than my brawn now. And because I can't actively fence or use my hands or milk cows or drive tractors, thought the easiest way would be to do more of a management role.
Chris has set himself up as a farm advisor.
Jobs they don't want to do, jobs they don't know how to do, or just they don't have the time to do. And it's all going to be based around feed budgeting, cows and grass, because there's a huge niche inside that. Like, dairy farming's changed a lot over the past 10 years.
Getting his own business on the go so quickly is remarkable, given that only 18% of people with spinal injuries ever return to work.
Stay there, stay.
ACC recognised a high wheel-based ute like this was essential if Chris was to get around the farm. The height of the ute made transfers almost impossible, so this complex set of hoists was specially designed. One hoist tilts the canopy on the back of the ute. A second hoist lifts the chair via a crane arm mechanism and places it next to him. Meanwhile, the driver's seat has been modified so it moves out and down to the level of Chris's wheelchair.
I can go wherever anyone could go in a ute, which is a lot of places. If you can't get there in a ute, I think there's not much point going there. I can get around farms, I can take the farmer with me, I can drive through the paddocks, I can drive up hills, and I can get close enough so I can view stock.
ACC funded the customisation, readily supporting Chris's goal of returning to work. As far as they know, it's the only vehicle of its kind in the country. Chris was working for Mike when he had his injury.
So you pulled stones out of here?
Yeah.
The weather's turned, but there's time for a quick squiz at some of Mike's other cows. Getting to the farm was one issue, but Chris also needed to push himself across difficult terrain.
The last thing I want is to have the farmer behind me going, oh, can you, I'll charge you $100 an hour. Can you just push me up this little bit though? It's just not what I want, and
So ACC gave him a little help. Power-assisted wheels with their own batteries and software program.
As you propel the chair normally, it senses that movement forwards or backwards, so backwards works as a brake, or forwards, and it probably gives you 50% more power. And it just means that you've got that momentum and speed behind you to get over that rough terrain. They're quite controversial, motion wheels, amongst other chair users. People say you're lazy if you've got them. I go down the other alley to say that it's not laziness. I've always been a very independent person, and for me, having motion wheels just enables me to do tenfold what I could do without them. Finish it inside with a coffee.
Or something stronger and a bit of paddock.
Mike and Chris maintain a strong friendship, partly because Chris's partner, Sian, is Mike's daughter. Getting in and out takes Chris 6 minutes, so we thought we'd better help out here. The night of his accident, Chris was heading into Martinborough, where Sian works as a chef.
I was actually going to the Martinborough hotel, going to the pub to meet her and her work colleagues for a few beers. Probably was going to be more than a few beers, and I actually never ever made it from home to the hotel. I fell asleep at the wheel of a car on one of the straightest roads you can imagine in the Wairarapa, and I car veered off the road and I woke up when I was in mid-flight crossing a ditch.
Trapped in the car for 4 hours, his partner Sian was frantically trying to ring him.
I could hear my phone ringing and ringing and ringing, but Lord knows where the hell the phone was. I could, I couldn't see anything, and I was going, yeah, I know you want to get in touch with me, but I can't quite get the phone.
Chris was completely sober. He was just knackered, too tired. You know, he was going to come and have a drink here, and then I, because it was his turn to have a bit of fun, and I was going to drive us home.
Hey, Shani.
Hey, darling. How was your day?
Really good day with your dad. Yeah, it was busy, and then the rain came and the wind came.
Before Chris's accident, we were great friends, and I think that's probably why and what's got us through this year. It's definitely been difficult. There's been some really devastating times. Chris is very strong and determined, and he doesn't see this as, like a roadblock. He sees it as just like a little pothole in the road of life, like it's not slowing him down, it's not slowing us down.
They now have plans to buy land.
It's a rural lifestyle block, and we're going to build a home there, and we're going to build a big home with the help of ACC, and that will really get our lives back on track.
It'll be a couple of years before their home is finished, but it will ensure Chris's life continues on the land, just as it always planned.